3 women walked into the biggest football tournament in the world, not as players, not as celebrities, but as the people controlling the game. While millions of eyes were watching the players on the field, history was quietly being made on the sidelines. For the first time in FIFA World Cup history, an all-female refereeing team took charge together in a men's tournament. And their story is not just about football. It is about what happens when women stop waiting for a seat at the table and start proving they belong there. The women behind this moment were referee Tori Penso, along with assistant referees Brooke, Mayo and Kathryn, Nesbitt. They were selected as part of FIFA's refereeing team for the 2026 FIFA World Cup. For decades, football refereeing, especially at the highest level, was seen as a male-dominated field. The players were mostly men. The referees were mostly men. The authority figures were mostly men. But this trio represented a major shift. They were not there because they were women. They were there because they had earned the level of skill, experience and trust required to control one of the biggest sporting stages on earth. And that is the first lesson every woman can learn from them. Because here is something nobody tells women enough. The world rarely gives you permission before you start. Most women wait until they feel completely ready. They wait until they have more confidence, more experience. But people like Tori, Brooke and Kathryn show something different. Confidence does not always come before action. Sometimes confidence is created by showing up. Imagine entering a field where people already doubt you. Every mistake you make gets noticed. Every decision gets questioned. That is the reality many women face when they enter spaces traditionally dominated by men. But the answer is not trying to convince everyone. The answer is becoming so good that your work speaks louder than opinions. These referees did not arrive at the World Cup because someone wanted to make a symbolic statement. They spent years learning the rules, training their bodies, making difficult decisions, and proving consistency, because real confidence is built through competence, not compliments. But there is another side of being the first woman in a room. Being the first sounds exciting, but nobody talks about how lonely it can feel, because when you are the first, there is no blueprint. You are not following someone else's path. You are creating one. Women throughout history who broke barriers had one thing in common. They were uncomfortable. The first woman in politics, the first woman in science, the first woman leading a company, the first woman entering a male-dominated profession. They all faced the same question. Do you really belong here? And the answer was never found in someone else's confidence in them. It was built through their own confidence in themselves. It was found in their preparation, because sometimes you have to walk into a room before the room is ready for you. And this is where this story becomes personal, because most women are not standing inside a football stadium trying to referee a World Cup, but every woman has her own World Cup moment, a job interview, starting a business, speaking up, leaving a situation that no longer serves her, choosing herself. The question is, when your moment arrives, will you trust yourself? For a long time, society connected authority with certain qualities, being loud, being aggressive, being dominant, but these women represent a different kind of power, calm, prepared, focused. A referee does not control a match by shouting the loudest. They control it because they understand the game. Women do not need to copy masculine versions of leadership to become powerful. They can lead in their own way. The most powerful thing about this story is not that 3 women entered a football field. It is what millions of young girls watching them might think. If she can do that, maybe I can do something nobody expects from me too. Representation matters because we often limit ourselves based on what we have seen before. If you never see someone like you doing something, your brain quietly tells you, that is not for me. But when women break barriers, they expand the imagination of other women. A girl watching this today may not dream of becoming a referee. Maybe she dreams of becoming a CEO, a scientist, an athlete, a leader. The role model changes the possibility. But remember something, the world will celebrate your success. It will not always see your preparation. People see the final moment. They don't see the years before it. Behind this FIFA moment were years of discipline, years of learning, years of being judged, years of showing up, and that is the real lesson. Strong women are not created in one big moment. They are created through small decisions every day, choosing growth over comfort, choosing courage over fear, choosing self-belief over self-doubt. Because the women who change the rules are usually the women who first decided not to be limited by them. So the next time you feel like you are entering a space where you do not belong, remember these three women. They stepped onto the football field with confidence built from years of preparation. They trusted their skills. They showed up and changed what the world thought was possible. The new era of women is not about waiting to be invited. It is about becoming undeniable. If you believe more women need to hear stories like this, share this video with someone who needs that reminder. If you want more videos that help you build a stronger mindset, overcome challenges, and upgrade the way you think, make sure you subscribe to the Mind Upgrade.